Hello and welcome. We're here today to talk about commitments in the Acumatica Construction Edition. Commitments in Acumatica Construction are purchase orders and subcontracts. Here on the screen, you're seeing a project overview dashboard where I've got a slew of dashboard widgets available to me to see what's happening on my projects. You will see this first Cost by Project widget. I can drill down to a specific project. I could look at the revised estimate cost today, what is remaining, what the percentage is, but I also have hyperlinks on my open committed costs. So right from a glance, I can understand where I am with my commitments on a project, and then, if I want to understand further, I can drill down simply by clicking on that hyperlink. And now it's going to take me to a commitments inquiry screen, where I can see all of those commitments for that specific project. Right from within this inquiry screen, I can then drill down to the project itself or on any of the purchase orders or subcontracts that I have available to me for this project. Let's jump in and look at a project. So I've clicked on the Projects tab, and now we're inside of a specific project where I'm on the Commitments tab in the Project Central window. Here is where I manage all of the commitments associated with this specific project. I can create a new purchase order here. I can also create a new subcontract. And once I do, they end up in this list of commitments for this job. So I don't have to leave the project screen. I can create those commitments right here in the project. And I can do this on my smartphone or tablet in the Acumatica app, or I can do it right here in the browser. So now that I have these lists of commitments that I've created, at any time, I can click on a commitment like this purchase order, for example. And now we're seeing the header information around the purchase order at the top and detailed information down below. In this case, we're purchasing some lighting for this project. Right now, this commitment is sitting here on hold. If I take that off of hold, it immediately goes to a pending approval status. Full approval and assignment maps in Acumatica. So now somebody has been notified through an alert or notification or an email that there's an approval waiting for them for this purchase order. So they can come into the system and approve or reject the purchase order. They can look at the purchase order report. If I approve this here, now it becomes a status of open. And if I go back to my Actions menu, this is where I can start to work that purchase order. I can email the purchase order out. I can enter a PO receipt. I can enter an AP bill, complete or cancel the order right from within this purchase order, right from within this project's menu. And then down below in the details here, I can look at specific tabs like shipping instructions, vendor information, purchase order history. Is this impacting any change orders? Is there compliance tracking on this purchase order for this specific vendor? I have all that right at my fingertips on this commitment, on this purchase order, right from within the system. If I come back here, and now we open up one of these subcontracts. Same thing we saw in the purchase order. Header information around the subcontract at the top, details down below. So here we've got a drywall subcontract with Elite Drywall as the vendor. They're going to be performing that subcontract here on the project, and this can also go through an approval process. It's sitting here in a status of open right now. But if I come up here to Actions, I can email the subcontract, I can enter an AP bill. I can complete or cancel the subcontract. Whatever I need to do on this subcontract, I have the capabilities to do from within the project's menu. So again, I mentioned commitments are created in the project. They could be created from the Purchases workspace, or they could be created from the Construction workspace as well. I manage all of the commitments associated with this project in one place. I don't have to go to 5 or 6 different screens to access that information. If I go back to my Construction workspace, I've got different reports and inquiries that are available to me for commitments. For example, if I click on this Commitments inquiry, we're now seeing all of the commitments associated with the projects I've got in the system. So I've got this inquiry now, which I'm looking at all commitments for each project that I have ongoing in the system. Again, hyperlinks down to the project, hyperlinks to the purchase orders and subcontracts. And if I wanted to drill down further and say I want to filter this list by a specific project or task or cost code, I could do that. If I want to see all of my commitments for this restaurant project, I just clicked on that. It's going to change our view here. And now I'm seeing all of the commitments associated with this specific project. So commitments in Acumatica Construction, very easy to manage. Create them on the fly and work those directly inside the project. Thank you for joining me today. If you'd like more information on Acumatica Construction Edition and commitments, please visit acumatica.com/construction.